Nice, dude.
Welcome back to the Ones with the Boys podcast.
Interrupting cow moo.
Fuck you. I'm actually glad you did that because I said ones with the boys.
Moo.
Moo.
Fuck you.
Yeah, not fun to do an intro when people are interrupting you, Nick.
God.
Fuck you. All right, ready?
Keep it.
Welcome back to the One with the Boys podcast. I'm Nick. I'm joined here again with my partners in crime, Tate and Benji. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Benji, what you drinking today in this slightly earlier recording?
Hey, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm drinking a Down East pear. So it's like, apple cider, except with pear. And it's pretty good.
Oh.
Tate, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a nice artisanal coffee.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm the odd one out right now, right?
Yes, because I am also drinking a nice artisanal coffee. Just a good Folgers roast. Folgers.
I don't have a problem. No. Podcast time to drink.
I was thinking about it and I was like, because I have a Red's hard apple right here next to me that I couldn't be drinking, but we drank quite a bit last night during
You have restraint.
Yeah. Well, plus then I'm going to Pins later today.
Wow.
It's a bowling bar. For those of you who don't know, it's like a small.
It's mini bowling.
Yeah, it's mini bowling basically. But
Well, like
I'll
candle
probably be
pin?
drinking there too. Candle what?
Candle. What do you mean mini bowling?
You get like a little mini bowling ball.
It's like shot put size bowling ball.
Yeah, that's candle pin.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go play Candlepin. It's like a big arcade / bowling bar, and I'll be drinking there too. So I was like, I don't need to start drinking now.
Why not? Pre-game, bro.
Just start
You gotta
pre-gaming
warm
5
your
hours
body up.
before.
Get it acclimatized to being intoxicated. That way you're used to like not being balanced, and so you like that becomes the new zero.
Just drunk all the time.
Well, like if you're drunk all the time, then that just becomes the norm.
Then sober becomes drunk.
Sober becomes
No,
that,
I think sober.
Sober becomes like the enlightened state.
The like post nut clarity. That'll be your sober.
Yes.
I was gonna. Everything makes sense. I can touch my finger to my nose while on one foot.
Whoa.
What? I can do the ABCs backwards.
Still can.
No.
Oh man.
So I guess we know how Nick's night's gonna go. Benji, how was your week?
Week was fine. Spent it in the office, doing some works and stuff, and didn't really do much.
How many weeks have you actually got to spend in your office during COVID?
Actually a lot.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I never stopped going in.
It's just it always feels like you're always on quarantine or you're somewhere else.
Oh yeah, because it was like a week in Pennsylvania, come back, and then Massachusetts is like you gotta quarantine until you get tested. So I'd quarantine, and then they're like, oh, you're going out this place, and so you're going to Maine, you're going to Buffalo, and so it was like travel quarantine, and so yeah, this was one of the first full weeks in the office in a while.
Nice.
But no, I mean, no complaints, really. I mean, next week is going to be a long week in the field, but, I got to earn my trip up to Maine, which I'm taking next weekend. So,
Ooh, nice.
A little Monday or Friday to Monday.
I'm
deal.
actually also taking a trip next weekend. It's a little smaller. I'm going over to Michigan.
Cool guys.
I'm going up to Michigan, the Great Mitten,
Blech.
and we're gonna do some skiing and snowboarding. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I have not gone snowboarding all season. It's my time to shine. I also get to watch Bryant fall on his ass a lot.
Has he ever been snowboarding / skiing?
He's gone skiing, he said, and I think that's it. I think he wants to try snowboarding this time, so I'm gonna teach him.
Is it
as
really
best I
that
can.
different?
Yeah, actually, I would say. I mean, they're both not forgiving. I've never skied, so I don't know. I can't really compare the two, but I've heard snowboarding's harder, but I think they're pretty the same.
I've been skiing once. It was pretty easy.
Cool.
I've never been skiing or snowboarding.
You're missing out. It's fun.
I think a man with my large frame going that fast on a slippery surface will never end well. So
They make snowboards like that fit you. Like it'd be fun.
that's fine. But it's the velocity with
Dude,
no
would
real good
haul-
way to stop.
You would
So
haul so much ass due to like the pull of gravity.
that's not what I want.
You could just check the skiers like just off the entire slope. Just like fly down, just put a shoulder into them. Boom.
Someone's not coming home. I can tell you that. Me or someone else, either way.
That'd be fun. That'd be a good time. You should come with us, Tate.
No, thank you. Besides your fun night tonight, Nick, how was your weekend or week?
It was good. It was busy. I'm trying to think
With
what I
work
did.
or with?
It was just busy with work. Yeah, we're getting ready to transition to like a newer kind of state of work. I actually can't be specific about it, which sucks. But besides my work,
Can you talk specifically about it?
I can't. I'm sorry. My my week was good. Last night was a lot of fun on Katie's stream. We destroyed some kids. Did a lot of shit talking.
We sweated hard.
We did. I think me and Benji just like put our heads down at one game and just destroyed.
Yo,
Yeah, it's because I put a tier 3 sub on the line and you guys sweat your asses off.
So for anyone interested, Katie streams. It's KT Rose on Twitch. We stream every now and then, or she streams every now and then. But
It's kind of us.
Yeah.
I feel like she doesn't stream without us.
most of the time we're involved.
she brings a platform. We bring the entertainment.
Yeah. But yeah, it was the tier 3 subs made us sweat pretty hard. It was great.
You're going to drown in the sweat. It was insane.
Yeah, we should upload that shit. That's like game battles type deal.
Definitely should. I recorded a couple after match shit talks
Oh my god,
from both teams.
Nick, you are like freaking toxic, bro.
It's not even shit
I'm
talking.
toxic.
For God.
Yeah,
You're toxic.
No, because some guys will just be chilling and being like, "Hey, man, like, oh, all right, good game," and Nick will just barge in, being like, "Yo, y'all fucking blow, get out of my
You're bad."
face." Yeah, you're a disappointment.
Well, it's encouragement for them to get better. Okay.
No, it's not.
Maybe now they'll contemplate their gaming style and they'll be like, man, I should play better. I should be a better player.
No, it just perpetuates the toxicity.
I'm trying to help them.
Okay,
No, you're not.
Get shit on, get good. That's all they need to hear.
I do
To enrich
you love
their
when-
gaming experience.
I do love like after a game, like when the enemy team it just starts talking shit and it just turns into a screaming match of
There was a few games where it was just like one person was like, hey, you guys suck.
Unintelligible.
And then like all 6 of us just hit the push to talk button and just start like screaming. Like I love it.
A giant deluge of obscenities and screeching.
Obscenities about mothers and
That takes me back. Tate, how about you? How was your week?
kind of my normal. It was we're ending a project still, which I believe got sent out yesterday, so that should be done. But it's pretty much just a lot of hurry up to wait to get stuff checked and then get sent down. Other than that, my parents came over yesterday, helped me build a coffee table.
Oh.
And
How'd you build
then
this coffee table? Like it's an IKEA, like you
with,
put it together,
with the instructions.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
And
maybe
hard
you've got
work.
Maybe you've got a wood shop in your garage. I don't know about.
You carved it out of a log, out of a giant sequoia in one piece.
No, and granted, it was a pretty. It's definitely a not a permanent coffee table for me. It's not. It's a little dainty. So, but it was nice to see my parents. Other than that, I joined in with you guys on the drunk stream.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, screamed at some kids. Got put on a couple watch lists, and yeah, that was good.
Aren't we all?
There was a movie that I wanted us to watch that I didn't end up getting to. It's called Llamageddon.
I've heard of this.
It's on Netflix. I want to watch it. It looks interesting. I haven't read too much about it, but it looks hilarious.
It's literally on my list.
Okay, we're watching it this week.
Have you seen The Velocipaster?
Yes, unfortunately.
I have not yet. That's also on my list.
What?
Oh,
Does it have more silent well-known actors?
Dude, if Nick Cage would just like rip off all sorts of IPs, but with the same character in Willy's Wonderland, I would love that.
Willy's Wonderland, people, best movie ever. Best movie of the year so far. Fantastic. I would watch it again right now.
Like, if you could splice that character into like The Lion King or something, where Nick Cage just takes like a fucking metal chair and murks Mufasa and then just drinks his punch and plays pinball like nothing happens.
That's just
Dude.
so good.
It's so bad.
It's
no.
so good. It's so good.
Hey, shut your whore mouth.
So if anyone's interested in watching, it's about Nicolas Cage just beating the shit out of animatronic animals. It's based off of Friday Night at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Friday nights.
Friday Nights at
Freddy's.
But it's hilarious because Nicolas Cage doesn't speak a single word in the entire movie.
He has embraced his Nick Cage-ness,
Yes.
and it is fantastic.
That must be so nice, being able to just act in a movie and have no lines. You don't have to worry about you don't have to memorize anything. You just have to stand there and be yourself.
Mark Hamill did it first. Star Wars.
I know there's good in him.
Oh, man.
Talking about drunk fever dreams, one thing we wanted to talk about was drunk stories, right?
Yes.
Benji, I feel like our local alcoholic should start.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know. The one I have in mind. I don't know if you guys. All right, fuck it. I'll do it. Okay. So, sister's wedding, of course. Great. You know what? You're like, you see all these videos like of these. All right, I promise you, it's not like a bad best man's. I mean, I wasn't a best man, but like, I promise it's not a terrible speech or whatnot. But so, opening ceremony. It's at a church, whatnot. Same one my parents got married in. cute, whatnot. And getting on a party bus, right? And
Ooh.
so the little bus is probably like 15, 20 people in it. Pre-COVID, by the way. Don't worry about it. And so everyone starts drinking. And one of the guys in the groom's party, who wasn't at the bachelor party, so I didn't know him, uh, he was one hell of just peer pressure, just a dude of peer pressure. And so like I would finish a drink, and he'd be like, "Hey, bro, that looks empty." I was like, "Yeah, you are very observant, my friend." And then he would hand me another one. And then I gotta say though, one of my favorite moments of that day is my mother and I just ripping Jello shots. Like there was a cooler in the middle right in front of me. I would just toss my mom one. We'd air cheers and just rip Jello shots. And it was only a couple times. Also, I don't know if you guys know the drinking game Thunderstruck.
No.
Yeah, it has everything to do with that. It is you play the AC/DC song Thunderstruck, and you choose someone to start. When he says Thunderstruck, that person drinks until the next time he says Thunderstruck. So
Oh
you're like,
God.
oh yeah. He's like, oh no. Every time he says thunder, not Thunderstruck.
Oh, okay.
So it's like thunder, and then like and you're like, oh, that's not so bad. Then you realize that you have to drink for a whole verse. One person. It's literally a fuck you in particular drinking game. And so we played that with a bottle of champagne. So get to all right, I'm gonna speed through this so don't take too much time. But so get to the reception. And I'm 7 drinks in at this point. I have a decently high tolerance, but at the same time I start to feel it. And you can kind of see in the photos. So I get there, my buddy was waiting for me. He was my +1. I didn't have like a date or anything, so I took my best friend. And he was waiting for me. I was like, dude, I am 7 in. We're gonna have a night. And so like I keep drinking throughout the night. I think I get up to like 14 or 15 throughout the reception. So I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. And like I'm dancing, I'm getting people on the dance floor. It's like a fun drunk. Also, I don't know if you guys know. So in the movies, right? Everyone kind of takes a knife and they'll clink a glass when they want to make a speech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know specifically at weddings, that's a tradition to make the bride and groom kiss. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I didn't.
Oh no.
And it's like that was amplified in my drunken stupor. So
Oh, no.
I'm sitting here getting really impatient, being like, why the hell are people clinking these glasses but not saying shit? Like I'm sitting there just it's building and it keeps happening. I'm not seeing them kiss, so I have no idea. No one's told me. I haven't heard of the tradition or whatnot. So all the so I was at a table with a couple of my cousins, the instigator who was getting me hammered on the party bus and his date. And so we were at table 10. All the tables were like numbered for seating arrangements and whatnot. So when they clinked one time, I just broke and I was like, I didn't say it really loud, but loud enough for like the table to hear it on purpose. So I raised my glass to the table. I was like, fuck it, table 10. And our whole table cheers, right? So throughout the rest of the time being when we're eating, I would hear people clink. And so our whole table would be like, fuck it, table 10.
Oh no.
I mean, one time I said it kind of loud and the table just went wide-eyed at me. Because I mean, I'm actually saying like, fuck it, table 10. And they're like, oh, that was kind of loud. But yeah, we go through the night. It's a blast. I keep checking on my sister, seeing if I could help her out with that throughout the night. I was being good. I wasn't belligerent, ruining the night or anything. What I've been told, right? But the one like leaving this place, we had to wait for a shuttle to take us to the hotel. This is a moment when I browned out because
Oh no.
I just learned this past summer, I had no idea, no one told me, and the wedding happened like a couple of years ago, that apparently in my enlightened state of mind, by the way, I took a couple of years of German in high school. I got pretty high. Apparently, while waiting for the shuttle, I thought it was a good thing to start speaking in German to my sister's mother-in-law, and then proceed to
Yeah.
no, and then to proceed to
Oh, yeah.
inquire, doesn't that sound hot? I shit you not. This is what I've been told. I said, like, I can't believe it. I was like, oh, shit. And I haven't spoken to her ever since either. That's the funny thing. And then we went back to the hotel and freaking we had pizzas delivered. We were partying in the lobby. My friend goes up to the room early. I mean, I say early. It was probably like midnight. And I told him, if you go up and pussy out right now, when I get up there, I will wake your ass up. And lo and behold, 2:00, party winds down. I get up to the room. I jump on him on the bed.
There you go.
I wake him up. And then I just, like, out. I pass out.
You dick. Wake up!
I warned
I'm
him.
asleep.
I was very clear with my intentions.
Mm-hmm.
But that is my wonderful story of being both a menace and the life of the party at my sister's wedding. Hannah, I'm sorry for all the stuff that apparently I blocked out, but I didn't block out the good times. So hopefully it was good to you too. So cheers. Hey, follow that up, boys.
So I'm pretty excited to tell this. I've only told this to a few people. This is a story about me and Eric when we were maybe like 19 and 20. No, actually, it might have been like 18 or 19. So I worked. One of my coworkers, the assistant manager at the place I worked, I covered for one of her shifts, and so she was like, "Well, is there anything I can do for you? Like, do you want me to go? Like, I can go get you some alcohol." And I was like, "Sure, yeah, that sounds great." So she gets me the alcohol, and I'm like, "Eric, do you want to hang out tonight? Like, I just got a bunch of alcohol. We could drink." And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so I still lived with my parents, and it was like Ciroc, vodka, and Fireball, like a little thing of Fireball. So Eric comes over. He brings some McDonald's. We eat McDonald's, and we get like some Mountain Dew Voltage. And so we start drinking. We drink.
Oh,
We start
nostalgia.
with. Oh, I know. Mountain Dew Voltage with the Ciroc, and we made him like way too strong because this is the first time drinking. We didn't know about it.
Of course.
And so we're already starting to feel it. And so we're already like, pretty buzzed. We want to take shots of Fireball. We don't have any shot glasses. So what do? We go to my bathroom. We find my mouthwash cap. And we start taking shots out of my mouthwash cap. So we both take about like 4 because we didn't know how. This is our first time drinking. We didn't know how bad it was going to hurt us. So we get really drunk, and so Eric's like, "Dude, I'm really tired. I'm gonna go to bed." And I'm like, "All right, yeah, I'll start to go to bed too." So I get in bed, I start spinning, like start getting the feeling like I'm gonna throw up. Like this is not feeling great. I do. I run to the bathroom, I throw up, and I'm like, well, if I'm not feeling good, Eric's probably feeling shitty. So I walk into the spare bedroom and I flip on the lights. He's sat up, and he's in his lap is just McDonald's fries and just vomit all over himself, the sheets, the bed, everywhere. And he's like, I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. He's just sitting in it. Like, he literally just sat up. He didn't like try to run to the bathroom or anything. He's just sitting in his vomit. And I'm like, what the heck? So we take all the sheets off. I throw them into the washer. I start washing the sheets. And it got on the mattress, so I had to figure out a way to clean the mattress. Because at this point, like, my parents didn't know we were drinking. I was trying to hide it. And
Do you think they actually didn't know?
I'll get to that because
Okay.
it was funny.
All right. Fair enough.
So I had to clean the mattress because I'm trying my best to hide what had happened. Eric's still like, I'm so sorry, dude. I couldn't help it. And so I had to go get cleaning supplies. Well, the cleaning supplies are up in the kitchen. They're upstairs. My dad is asleep in the recliner, like right there, right at the stairs. So I have to sneak past him, right? Like sneak into the kitchen. The floorboards are creaking, like scared to death that he was gonna wake up and find out. So I sneak into the kitchen.
Are you still drunk?
Yeah. Like, well, I'm still like, all I did was throw up. Like, we're still both pretty drunk, and I get the bottle. I'm like trying to sneak back downstairs. I end up cleaning the mattress, and I just left the sheets in the washer. But we ended up going to bed. Wake up the next morning, my mom comes in. She's like, "What were you guys doing last night at like 2 a.m.? Like, there was a lot of noise. Like, where the washer was going, and like a lot of noise going on." And we were like, "Yeah, Eric had food poisoning, and he just threw up on the bed, and it was really nasty." And she was like, "Okay." And so years later, we're on like a family trip, and I was like, "Did you guys like we drank pretty heavily that night? Did you know?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, absolutely. We were just glad you did it at home and not out somewhere else. Getting."
I bet it still reeked of alcohol. Like,
Probably like it was probably very obvious, but my parents are great and I love them very much. So.
They probably realized when they went to get a swig of mouthwash, and they're like, "Why the fuck does it taste like cinnamon?"
It was my mouthwash, so they never would have found out. But it was a funny night. Me and Eric will always remember that. I will never drink Fireball ever again. Horrible.
yeah, I'm the same way. That and Jaeger.
Yeah, I just can't do it. What about you, Tate? What's your drinking story?
So I'm actually kind of torn. My favorite story of all time that's ever happened to me is actually one at which I was the DD. So that's the one I kind of want to tell.
Okay.
Go for it.
So my friend Gabe, after high school, he enlisted in the military, and he had been dating his girlfriend from high school for a couple years at that time. So when he went through basic and AIT and all of that, when he got stationed in Fort Drum, so she actually moved up with him and they got married. So when he got back from deployment, we actually finally had like an engagement party.
Okay.
So we had the engagement party, and that was fine and fun. Gabe's army friends came down, and we had a blast. The next night, his army friends are still there, and like I took off the entire weekend because I was still working retail at that time. So we're like, well, fuck it. Do we want to do like a private, part 2? So yeah, so we do. So we all get into our vehicles, and I was one of the designated drivers, and we go to Park Street, which is kind of a semi-well-known party street for Columbus. So we start hitting up these like bars, and like the third bar in, all of the people are fucking trashed. And one thing that was kind of weird was Gabe's mom comes along, and Gabe is this Filipino guy, Hawaiian Filipino guy, and like his mom is all of maybe not even 5 feet, but just the most extroverted, the most loud, outspoken woman you will ever see.
Right.
So watching her drunk was insanely funny. But so we get to this third bar, and it's called Park Street Cantina. And at the time, they had this claw machine. The claw machine had live lobsters. And the entire thing is that, the entire like gimmick about it is you pay $5 per go. And if you get a lobster, they'll cook it for you. So this was like 1 to 2 a.m. So the kitchen's fucking closed. So, but my drunk ass friends and their inebriated stupidity were playing this game. And my friend Austin goes and it's like, this is the last $5 we have. Just let me do this. And they're like, fine, well, you can do it.
I'm surprised.
The motherfucker wins. The motherfucker wins. He grabs the lobster. The other lobster grabs his buddy. Like, I'm not fucking going alone, you motherfucker. So, it drops into like the prize area. And like me and the other like sober person, because we had to take 2 vehicles, were like, what the fuck do we do? Because like obviously Austin and the drunk coalition were like, fuck yeah, we're getting lobster. So
Yeah.
So we go up to like the bar, which is like the closest one to, because they have multiple bars in this place. And I was like, hey man, like we won the lobster claw machine thing. Can we just get them cooked? Like, my friends are drunk and they want the prize.
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry, man. Unfortunately, kitchen's closed and we can't really like, this is the weird part. They couldn't like reimburse us or anything.
What?
So yeah.
They can't just like give you the $5 back and put the lobster back in the container.
I don't fucking know. But
okay.
So like I'm up there kind of arguing with the guy. I'm like, just back and forth. I can't remember what the argument was because at this time, so I go back to like my friends. I'm like, listen, guys, they're not going to like cook the lobsters. The kitchen's closed. It closed at 11. So let's just go get drinks. Let's continue our night. Whatever. So they're like, well, can you do X, Y, and Z? So I go back up to the bar. While I'm doing this short Filipino woman grabs the fucking lobsters out, is now on the dance floor, ball tapping random dudes with lobsters.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do with lobsters?
And so like the other sober person who's with me is like comes up to me and like the bartender and like just kind of tells us what's going on. And he looks at me fucking like pissed. So like I'm like, all right, fine. I forget who it was, but like the other sober person, deal with this guy. I'm gonna go deal with the lobster ball tapping lady. So the other guy that's arguing with the bartender, he gives us like these styrofoam to go packages, and he was like, put the lobsters in there and get the fuck out. So we walk back to my truck, and like we put the lobsters in, and there's this kind of dual coalition of like, let's just put the lobsters in there and go back to the next bar and fucking let's continue on. But it was like 2 a.m. People were drunk and someone puked in the parking lot and we were out.
Yeah.
So that's probably my favorite story.
What place has a lobster vending machine? Like what?
I've heard of one.
For real?
I've heard.
I had never seen one. I had never seen one before.
Well, you think they'd close it when the kitchen closes? Like.
I don't think because you can't unplug it because it's a fish tank.
Just put a sign on it.
Oh yes, because drunk people are gonna read the sign. They're gonna that shit's gonna be torn off, and it's like we're fucking playing people. This.
I don't know.
I have been back to the place, and it is gone.
That was probably last night.
I like
They're like,
I
"We
like to
don't-
believe that it was because of us, but
we don't want any more Filipino women ball tapping people with our lobsters anymore. We're gonna take this down." Oh my god.
but yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
that's probably one of my most cherished
Charitable.
stories that
He
I
went to
have.
Jared.
You know,
He went to Jared.
at least none of us got like super drunk and got a tattoo. You know, we didn't want like Nade-shot.
Well, yeah,
Oh, and it's sober, dude, too. Oh, this poor guy.
that's smooth transition.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I can't believe. How did he think
So,
it would happen?
well, Benji, you definitely know the guy more than I think I did, or maybe Nick does.
I don't
You
know.
wanna
I don't
explain
know who
what
this guy
happened?
is
Yeah,
whatsoever.
All right. So Nate Shot, who he used to be like a Call of Duty pro. He was on Optic for a while,
Okay. You
and
like esports, like professional, or okay.
yeah, it was a like one of the biggest names in COD. And so a couple of years back, he forms this company, 100 Thieves, where it's kind of part esports like organization. They have a League of Legends team, a Call of Duty team. I'm pretty sure Fortnite and whatnot. But they're also kind of like a clothing brand as well. But he owns it. And
Okay.
so I mean he's like a wacky guy, and he likes like kind of taking bets and whatnot. God, for those who don't know, one of the I don't know if he used to be a streamer under 100 Thieves, like Nade-shots org.
Okay.
His name is Frosty. So Nade-shot gets a tattoo of like a saint figure or something on his arm.
Like Crusader or something.
Yeah. And so one of Frosty's tags is "Sex is temporary, gaming is forever." And so Frosty replies to Nade-shot's like tweet on his new tattoo, which is, I mean, like a good looking tattoo. And so Frosty says, "How many retweets for you to get tattooed on you? Sex is temporary, gaming's forever." And Nade-shot says 100K. And the internet just took it by storm, and they reached it in 2 hours. And like esports organizations were sharing it, streamers were sharing it, pro gamers were sharing it.
That's
My-
pretty bold. 100,000 is not that much.
Yeah, like he's like, hold on, let me pull up his YouTube, right? I don't even
Well,
know.
and
I don't even know what his Twitter is. He has three.
I guess
he has 3.3 million subs on YouTube.
so. According to this article, apparently Nade-shot had been like poking fun at Frosty too. Like Frosty doesn't have that type of pull anymore. So
Yeah.
that's also just kind of funny.
But I have learned throughout the years, you do not underestimate the internet going to a call. I mean, dude, look at GameStop. Look at Reddit
Oh
and
my gosh.
GameStop.
I know. Which actually they went back up, didn't they? What are they at
Yeah,
now? They're pretty high.
I don't know. I don't know what it's at. And last time I checked, it was what, 50?
GME.
It's 101.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit!
To the
To the
moon. Diamond hands.
But like, so I think the funniest thing, Nade-shot's girlfriend retweeted that, and his dad did too.
That's fantastic.
But what would have been, I'm really surprised. So they reached 100K in like 2 hours.
Mhm.
Nade-shot comes back and says, if you get 1,024,000, that that Frosty gets to choose the location.
Excluding
Not
face.
not on the face.
Yeah.
That's
He only gets like 300K. I can't like, you would think it would be almost exponential.
oh yeah. That's
But man,
brave.
it bless
wouldn't-
the internet.
I wouldn't trust anyone picking a location for a tattoo on me. Like they're just gonna go for like the worst place.
Like neck, hand,
Yeah.
on the hand.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Like the knuckles.
Yep.
But like, oh my
Can you
God.
imagine having that on your palms? You gotta handshake some dude, and it's
Can you get tattoos on your palms?
Yeah.
I think you can get pretty much anywhere.
If you can, they're known to not last long.
That's what I thought. Like,
Like,
because
not hold up long.
you use
Like,
your hand.
Could you imagine? Because Nade-shots the owner of a company and he makes business deals. Could you imagine when business resumes and you make like person to person contact? You go to shake someone's hand for a business deal,
Sex is free.
and so your hand either says sex is temporary or gaming is forever. My God.
I mean, it proves that he's serious for his gaming
Yeah.
organization.
I mean, it's true. I mean, his life is gaming, so
I'd do it if I had a gaming company. It's a good.
I mean, plus now he gets to choose like where it goes. So.
yeah. I think it's definitely like ass tattoo territory.
So when we get popular, are we all three gonna get a tattoo?
Oh my God.
Let the listeners
It
pick their
would
location.
it would have to be
Dear Lord.
quite a bit of a goal to get there because I really do not do needles.
Well, you could do it on like a place that you don't have to watch. Like
I
on your
don't
back.
care.
Like just a big,
I don't care.
one
Just
with the
because he
boys
can't
logo.
see it doesn't mean he's not getting stabbed with a needle repeatedly.
Yeah, but like I feel like it's easier to deal with needles if you don't have to like see it actually go into you, you know?
No, it's definitely no.
So it sounds like Tate's gonna take the hit for us and get a tattoo.
Sounds like it.
It sounds like not.
Just get him like a tattoo of like
I mean, like
King Kong or something.
that is the thing. One of the last shots that I got, the nurse was like, "Oh, like, feel free to look away or something." I just took it. I was like, "Nah, you can just do it. I don't care."
You brave man.
You ever had him like miss the vein?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, can we not? No.
I've never had him miss, but I've heard stories.
It can suck.
It can. It sucks the blood right out of you. So over the weekend, me and Tate came up with a great team name.
Oh no, we're not. This
It's
was
fantastic.
A joke. This was a joke.
I want to tell the world because it's amazing.
Fuck.
So my name's Nick. His name's Tate. Right?
What?
It's a Nick-tatorship. Best name ever.
I was there when our mutual friend Eric said it, and just instantly you gravitated to it. It was insane.
It sounds amazing. It just rolls right off the tongue.
But like, what?
What do you mean
Listen,
it rolls
I'm
off-
down.
You're changing one letter. Of course, it rolls off the tongue.
True. We need to get like we need a one with the boys team name. Listeners, if you have any good ideas, email us.
How about one with the boys?
No, it's gotta be something clever, like a Nick-tatorship.
Okay.
So, with our girlfriend applications, one of the questions was, what would you like to see us talk about? One of them was fun facts. And today we brought with us a few fun facts. Tate, what's yours?
Did you know that laser is actually an acronym?
Yes.
An acronym that stands for Light Amplification by Stimulated Emission of Radiation.
By stimulation?
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't there be a B in there?
No. It's a lower. You know what? Fuck you, Nick. That's what it stands for. I
No.
don't make the rules, but
That is a fun fact. I did not know that.
I mean,
It
fitting
might-
it
I
in
might
there
have.
makes it sound not cool.
Yeah.
Labser.
Labser. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll start calling it.
Got my
Labser.
hyph.
My hyph. Yeah, those of you who argue.
No, we're not doing
Yeah,
this.
we're doing this.
No.
The GIF argument is over because the winning actual pronouncement of that word is "hife." So you're welcome.
The owner, the creator knows nothing.
Hife. It's a nice hife you got there.
Oh, I hate you.
You want to send me that hife?
Wait,
I got a
where's
folder of
the,
yifes on my.
where's the yuck coming
Yife.
from?
Yife.
Yife. Yife.
That's a yikes for me, boy.
Ba-dum-tsh. All right, so my fun fact is dog's paws, like a dog paw, smells like Fritos.
Does not.
They smell like Fritos.
They don't.
They do. Go smell your dog's paws right now.
I don't have
I
one.
don't have a dog.
Go find a dog. Go outside, find a dog, smell its paws.
Told me earlier I could have figured that out because I was hanging with my sister's dog.
Well, dang it.
Missed
What kind of fun facts do you have, Benji?
So I have one
we
that
has the dog
it kind of
thing.
ties into this thought that I occasionally have. So my fact is that Europeans were scared of eating tomatoes when they were first introduced. Because so apparently what happened was that when people ate tomatoes, they thought that they were poison because people would die when they ate them. But what happens is the acidity of the tomatoes, it kind of leaches out the lead from their plates because they were pewter, and so the people die of lead poisoning.
Oh. I mean,
But they
that's-
thought the tomatoes were poison.
I'd be scared of tomatoes too if they were killing my friends.
But like I often have a thought, like imagine the first person to try something was say like allergic to it. So the first person to try like a banana, right? They're allergic, or like a peanut, and they're allergic, and they eat it, their throat swells up and they like die from it. Do you imagine being the second person to being like, I saw some dude die from this, but he's a bitch. I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna prove the world that
Yeah.
he was like a piece of shit.
Think about mushrooms. Like,
Yeah,
Fuck mushrooms.
I saw a post on this.
Just yeah. It's like, okay, you eat yours. Okay, he instantly died. That one tastes like beef. That one will make you see God for the next week.
Oh my gosh.
Did you know that Captain Crunch's full name is Horatio Magellan Crunch?
That's horrible. That's awful. I don't like that. That's not a fun fact.
See,
It is a fun fact.
You know what's funny for me? The fact that there's technically lore for Captain Crunch. Like the thing, that character, it doesn't have to go anywhere past a brand name.
You know, like when it was like being created, there was like some intern who was on the project, like didn't have anything to do. So he's just like, all right, we're giving this guy his own social security number, his entire background. Just
Did you know that most Disney characters wear gloves to keep animation simple?
yes, I did know that actually.
Did. Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
No.
Damn cheap bastards and
I mean,
cutting corners.
I'm terrible at drawing hands. I don't think I'd be any better at drawing gloves. I mean, they're like
I
the
just feel
same
like
shape.
that'd be a handy skill to learn. Did you know the Terminator script was sold for $1
To who?
to the directing company? I'm assuming.
Why?
What a deal.
James Cameron is the award-winning director of movies like Titanic, Avatar, and The Terminator. In order to get his big break with The Terminator, he sold the script for $1 and a promise that he'd be able to direct it.
Wow.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And look where he is now. ripping off Pocahontas.
Speaking of rip-offs, Dunkin' Donuts. Am I right?
You need to learn what a joke is, my dude.
I just had some today. Cold brew with cream.
You know, one thing I do respect about you, Benji, is your stubbornness to endure the plague of that is Dunkin' Donuts. The incredibly bad products that they release and present to the American public that you diligently go and consume. It's honestly
great value.
Maybe we should get them to sponsor us.
Well, I mean, selling what is rancid sewer water is a good deal for them.
I got my order today and paid for the persons behind me.
Again?
For what, like, yeah, for freaking what someone from Starbucks would like get for maybe like
Starbucks.
I'm not even gonna use your bullshit sizing, all right, for a small and maybe a muffin.
You know, the only thing that I hear from that story is that there's 2 dumbasses in Massachusetts. At least 2.
Oh, you got me there. I mean, I'm not saying it's this amazing culinary feat. I get what I need out of it. I get a cheap, convenient cup of coffee.
You do have a little bit of a Boston accent.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
Comes out every now and then.
Well, I mean, you don't realize when I say like car.
Car.
Yeah. Car.
The car 98.
So the thing. Oh, so I mean, a little segue here is, so I was born in Eastern Mass, not near Boston, right? So I didn't originally have a Boston accent, but I had all the euphemisms, right? So we say bubbler for water fountain.
Why? Why?
Bubba?
It's a thing. Bubbler. So, it's also like we just called like the ice cream truck the ice cream man, and stuff.
I think we do too.
And like bang a Yui and stuff. So when I moved out to Western, I moved out to Western Mass, right before middle school, and so when I'm in elementary school, I'm asking people like, "Oh, do you know what the bubbler is?" And these people look at me like I'm speaking a foreign language.
They're like,
so, and all the and they also call the ice cream man out there the ding dong cart.
What?
Why? I have no idea. That is the actual name posted on it. The ding dong cart.
On the ice cream man.
Yeah. So like you hear like like you hear like the song coming. All these kids lose their minds like, the ding dong cart. And I'm sitting there like, what the hell?
Maybe they call it ding dong because of the like tune that it plays.
I never took the time or the effort to realize the origin because I think it's ridiculous.
Well, okay, bubbler isn't any better. There's no bubbles in a water fountain.
Yeah,
you know, it's
culture.
It's honestly becoming more clear why Dunkin' Donuts is popular up there. That godless land.
It's the Wild West out here, dude.
The only thing that is good that has come out of Boston or Massachusetts in general is Ocean Spray.
Well,
and
like, yeah, the water it bubbles out.
Ocean Spray.
Of Ocean Spray?
Yeah, Ocean Spray.
No, if it bubbled out Ocean Spray, I'd be down.
See, that's when I know I've made it. If I have a bubbler in my house that shoots out Ocean Spray, that's when I
live in Massachusetts for that.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially if
Yeah.
you could like select different flavors.
Can I just build a shack right next to like the ocean spray plant and just have a main line just straight to my house?
I'll live in a tent by Ocean Spray. I don't mind.
I would just move into their headquarters. Just find myself an office. Settle in.
Ocean Spray, please, baby, call me.
You think there's an Ocean Spray how it's made?
I'm definitely looking as soon as we're done with here.
Ocean Spray. So,
You know what's another thing I'm doing after I do?
There's how they harvest cranberries.
Ooh. You know what I'm harvesting is the new girlfriend application for this month as this episode is released.
yeah. Brand
So-
new.
As you're hearing it on the Tuesdays in which we publish this, typically, Nick, there will be a new girlfriend application.
Whoop whoop. Go fill it out. We're gonna have a lot of lots of fun questions. Not that we didn't
And you
before,
can-
but
And you can tell us where to find us. Right, Nick? Where can they find us?
yeah, right, Benji. Where can they find us?
Wow, dude. Thanks for asking. Hey, everyone. You can find us on our Twitter at OneWithTheBoys1. And that is the first one being spelt out ONE and the last one being numerical 1. Or you can email us at owtbpodcast@gmail.com.
And we will have a YouTube soon, I promise.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
SoundCloud, I'm sorry, it didn't work out. It's
Yeet.
not us, it's you. But YouTube, welcome aboard soon.
Now that we have our sexy new icon.
Yeah. Check us out at Twitter for our new logo. Pretty hyped about it. Looks good.
I think that's all she wrote.
I think that's all she
Gentlemen,
I think so. I'm a little bit winded.
peace out.